Why Hollywood secretly blacklisted Monique after her Oscar win. They gave her the highest honor in Hollywood. They stood, applauded, smiled for the cameras, and then they shut the door in her face. This is the story of Monique, the woman who went from winning an Oscar to being erased by the very industry that crowned her. And the most disturbing part? She didn't commit a crime. She committed the sin of saying no. Monique wasn't born into Hollywood. She grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, far from the glittering lights of Los Angeles. From an early age, she had a gift, a sharp wit, an unshakable presence, and a laugh that could light up a room. She started in stand-up comedy, grinding night after night in small clubs, her voice echoing over cheap sound systems, her jokes cutting through cigarette smoke and tired audiences. But she didn't stay small for long. Her raw talent took her to television, landing a starring role in The Parkers, where her comedic timing and magnetic charm made her a household name. She was bold. She was confident. She was unafraid to speak her mind. Hollywood noticed, and so did director Lee Daniels. In 2009, Lee Daniels cast Nique in Precious, a gut-wrenching drama based on the novel Push. This wasn't comedy. This was raw, heavy, and painfully real. Monique played Mary Lee Johnston, an abusive mother, a role so dark it demanded emotional courage and vulnerability most actors wouldn't dare touch. When Precious premiered, critics were stunned. The woman known for making people laugh had delivered one of the most chilling performances in modern cinema. Award nominations poured in: the Golden Globe, the SAG Award, the BAFTA, and finally, the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. On Oscar night, Monique walked on stage in a royal blue gown and delivered a speech that made history. "I would like to thank the Academy for showing that it can be about the performance and not the politics." The audience applauded. But some in that room were not clapping inside. In Hollywood, the Oscar isn't just an award. It's an invitation and an expectation. Winners are often expected to campaign for their films, attending interviews, galas, press events, and parties to promote the studio's brand. Monique did the work for Precious, but she drew the line when she was asked to travel internationally unpaid to promote the film during award season. Her reason? Simple. She had a family to care for. She believed her job as an actress was to deliver the performance, not to provide endless free labor for billion-dollar studios. But in Hollywood, refusing an unpaid request isn't just a no. It's seen as defiance, and defiance is punished. Soon after her Oscar win, Monique stopped receiving offers that matched her talent and status. The roles that did come in were small, underpaid, or insulting. Then came the whispers, "She's difficult to work with." It's the oldest trick in the Hollywood playbook. Lee Daniels, who had once championed her, told the press years later that Monique was blackballed for not playing the game. And just like that, one of the most celebrated actresses of 2009 became invisible. Gossip columns began to paint a new image of Monique, not as the beloved, funny, sharp-witted woman audiences adored, but as arrogant, ungrateful, unprofessional. It didn't matter that she had delivered one of the greatest performances in modern film. In an industry run on perception, the right whisper in the right ear can kill a career faster than any bad movie. Most blacklisted actors disappear quietly, hoping that silence will earn them a second chance. Monique chose a different path. She spoke out. In interviews, she called the industry's bluff, saying plainly that she had been blackballed for refusing to work for free. She named names Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, and accused them of playing a role in her career's downfall. This was not the Hollywood way. The unspoken rule was clear. You don't challenge the machine. Monique didn't just challenge it. She stood in front of it and dared it to run her over. From 2010 to 2018, Monique's career looked nothing like an Oscar winner's. She performed stand-up, but big film offers stayed away. Streaming services passed. Studios didn't call. It was as if winning Hollywood's highest honor had been a career-ending mistake. Then in 2018, Monique made headlines again, not for a role, but for a fight. Netflix offered her $500,000 for a stand-up special. For most people, that's a life-changing amount. But for Monique, it was a fraction of what her peers, including Amy Schumer, Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle, were being paid. She saw it as not just a lowball offer, but a reflection of the same industry bias that had sidelined her for years. So she did what few dare to do. She told the world. She accused Netflix of discrimination and called for a boycott. Hollywood rolled its eyes. But Monique wasn't playing for their approval anymore. Years passed. Monique kept performing, kept talking, kept telling her side of the story. Some people called her bitter. Others called her brave. What couldn't be denied was this. She had refused to disappear. In 2022, Lee Daniels publicly apologized to Monique for the fallout from Precious. Soon after, she signed a deal with Netflix, the same company she had once taken to court. The special My Name is Monique premiered in 2023 to strong reviews. She wasn't just back. She was back on her own terms. Monique's story isn't just about Hollywood politics. It's about what happens when you refuse to bow to power, when you say no, in a world that expects you to say yes, no matter the cost. She lost years of opportunity. She lost millions of dollars. But she kept something far more valuable, her voice. Hollywood likes to sell a dream. But behind the dream is a machine, one that rewards obedience and punishes defiance. Monique's career is living proof. She won the highest award in the industry and paid the highest price for it. So the question isn't just, why was she blacklisted? The real question is, how many more Oscar winners will it happen to before the truth finally matters more than the game?